Hi, welcome to a little lower back pain sequence. So we're looking mainly at stretching out the lower back, an area that a lot of people can hold a lot of tension, a lot of tightness in. So whether you're looking to strengthen that area or just stretch it out a little bit, this is a great one for you. We're going to start lying on our backs. So go ahead and get on your mat, lying down, feet are flat on the floor. They can be hip width apart, they can be wider or closer together, but make sure they're sort of in a comfortable position where you're gently pressing down, so you're feeling that energy of pressing down into the floor. And then I want you to bring your awareness to your pelvis and your lower spine. Notice as you're lying here naturally how much of a space there is between your lower back and the floor beneath you. For some of you, naturally, it's going to be a bigger space, and for some of you, naturally, it's going to be hardly any space at all. And have your arms alongside you, have your shoulders nice and relaxed. And we're going to take a couple of little pelvis tilts from here. So we'll start by pressing the tailbone down into the floor, arching the back. You'll feel a lift through the stomach, and you'll notice the space between your lower back and the floor gets bigger. We're going to go the other way, so pressing the lower back down into the floor, so much so that the tailbone tucks under and there's no space between the back and the floor. Take a few more rounds like this. So arching the back, press the tailbone down, opening up that space. And then pressing the lower back down, closing that gap. Couple more like this. Just noticing how your body feels, how your spine feels in each of these tilted directions. Starting to notice your breath, and maybe adding a bit of breath to the movement. So inhale as you arch, and exhale as you press the lower back down into the floor. Take one more arch. And then as you exhale this time, press the lower back down and pause here. Pausing with that lower back, pressing down into the floor with no space in between the floor and the spine. You'll notice that maybe the core muscles start switching on, and that's a good sign. Using the core muscles are so important to keeping this lower back safe and strong. And gently let go of that hold. So coming back to that neutral pelvis, neutral spine. And then hug both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. So it might feel good here to take a little rock from side to side. It might feel like a massage on the lower back. And keep pulling the knees in towards the chest, but keep the shoulders relaxed on the floor. Next, we're going to take a happy baby. So grab the outer edges of your feet and pull your knees in towards your armpits. You can choose if you stay in stillness, or if that little gentle rock from side to side felt good, go ahead and stay with that. If holding onto the feet is too much in the hamstrings or the hips, you can hold onto the shins, pulling them in, or even at the underneath of your thighs, pulling that same sensation of pulling the knees down towards the armpits. You might want to play around with each of these, notice which one works best for you today. And just because you usually take one variation doesn't mean that will necessarily work every time you step onto your mat. And we're going to let go of both legs, straighten the right leg out on the mat, hug the right knee in. Give that right knee a little squeeze. And then let your right knee fall over towards the left. Open the right arm out towards the right, and gaze is over towards the right as well. Notice what's happening to your breath as you start twisting. Often it can feel a little bit more challenging to breathe deeply in a twist. Really trying to keep both shoulders grounding down here. Coming back through center. Swap sides, so straighten the right leg out, hug the left knee in, give it a nice big squeeze. And then let that left knee fall over towards the right. Open the left arm out towards the left, and the gaze is also towards the left. So we're looking for a twist all the way along the spine as we keep our shoulders, our head nice and relaxed on the floor beneath us. Make your way back to center, hugging both knees back in towards your chest, but this time grab the underneath of your thighs. I'm going to take a few little rock and rolls backwards and forwards. So finding that momentum to roll yourself all the way up and down along your spine. We'll do this 4 or 5 times, and it should be that you're not really using any strength here. It's all about the momentum. Taking one more. And then coming all the way up to seated, and make your way to a child's pose. So big toes together to touch. Open the knees out as wide as you can, so preferably mat width apart. But if that's a bit too wide, go ahead with a little bit closer together. Sink the hips down towards the floor. Walk your hands forwards and forehead rests on the mat beneath you. And even though child's pose is a resting pose, it's a lovely place to really connect into your breath. Keep it a little bit active here by pressing the hands down and forwards and pressing the seat bones down and backwards towards the heels. Maybe as you stay here for a few breaths, you can walk your fingertips a little bit further forwards. Really starting to breathe into the back of the body, the back of the rib cage, feeling expansion all the way along the back line of the body. Staying with your child's pose, but we're going to walk both hands towards the right. Maybe place the left hand on top of the right to deepen this stretch. And as you're reaching your arms towards the right, keep rooting that left seat bone down. Coming all the way back through center. And we'll go over towards the left. So walking both hands over towards the left. Maybe placing the right hand on top of the left this time. But keep awareness on that right seat bone, really pressing it down. And slowly moving your way back to center. Just taking 2 breaths in your child's pose, noticing if any shifts have already happened. Not just in your lower back, but anywhere in your body, in your energy levels. And then snaking your way forwards to lying on your tummy. Have your arms alongside your back and palms are facing down. Bring your big toes together to touch, forehead to the floor. Press your pelvis, so tuck that tailbone, that same movement that we were doing lying on our backs, drawing the tailbone down and under. And then lift up to your locust pose. So lifting your head, your chest, your arms, your feet, and as much of your legs up off the mat as you can here. Your gaze is down, but slightly forwards. So we're looking for length as well as how high we are lifting. Keep breathing deeply here. One more big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, gently releasing back down onto the mat. It might feel nice here to bring one cheek down and gently sway the hips from side to side. We're going to take another locust pose. This time interlace your fingers at your sacrum. Again, forehead down, big toes touching. Tuck the tailbone, press the pelvis down. You'll feel the core muscles switch on. And then we lift up. So maybe with this arm variation, your chest opens a little bit more. Really trying to breathe into the stomach here. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, you gently let go, releasing the hands. Again, it might feel good to sway the hips from side to side. This time, interlace fingers at your sacrum, bend your knees so your feet are pressing up towards the ceiling. Again, find that pressing of the pelvis down. It might be a little bit more challenging in this position, tucking the tailbone. And then lift up the upper body, so reaching the hands backwards. And then think about lifting the knees off the floor. It's quite a small movement for most people and it can feel quite intense in the hamstrings. But what we're doing here is really strengthening the whole back line of the body. See if you can lift it a little bit higher. And then gently let go, release, release, release. Let go of your hands, sway the hips, take any movement here that you need. We're going to lift ourselves up onto all fours. And we're going to take a little forward fold, so stepping up to a standing position, but keeping your body nice and low. Feet are hip width apart. You can go wider, maybe as wide as your mat if that feels good. And we're going to take quite a generous bend in the knees. Even if you comfortably touch the floor with straight legs, take a big bend in the knees, take the pressure off the hamstrings. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow, and then let the crown of the head really hang heavy. If you can still feel it in the hamstrings, bend your knees even more. We're looking for the weight of the upper body to just help release any tension, any tightness in the lower back. It might feel nice here to gently shake the head yes or no. Maybe even a big sigh in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Notice what's happening with your feet, the foundation of the pose, and really pressing down with the four corners of the feet. See if you can spread your toes a little bit more wide on the mat. We're going to release this one, so placing the hands down onto the floor and dropping the seat bones all the way down onto the mat, so we come to a seated position. We're going to have the right leg straight out in front of us and bending that left knee. Place the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. You're going to hook your right elbow over that left knee and really think about pressing the seat bones down, lifting the crown of the head up. We're going to twist towards the left. Left fingertips come onto the floor behind you, just lightly touching the floor behind you to help you guide with the twist. Think about lengthening the spine as well as twisting here. Feel the expansion of your stomach once more on that thigh, reminding you to really breathe deep into the stomach. We're going to release this and take a little counter twist towards the right, so placing both hands towards the right just for a breath. And then we'll come back to center and swap sides. So straightening that left leg out, bend the right knee. Start by sitting up nice and tall. Hooking the left elbow over the right knee, sit up nice and tall. And then place the right fingertips behind you, coming to a nice little twist here. Try not to sink into it by rounding the lower back. You're really strong in the lower back. Think about the core muscles being part of this. So you're pulling your tummy in and up. And lifting the crown of the head. And releasing this side again. Just taking that counter twist. Both hands come towards the left. And unraveling the legs. Come back to lying on your back. We're going to finish up by hugging both knees back in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Maybe noticing how you feel now, if there's any more space anywhere. It might feel nice to rock a little bit. And we're going to release both legs flat on the mat. And we're going to take about 5 deep breaths, just lying flat, completely still, letting the spine rest in its natural position, shoulders are relaxed on the floor. And even though this is our form of Shavasana for this very small practice, keep your Ujjayi breath flowing for these last few breaths. If you have the time and you would like to stay lying here for a little bit longer, please do. But I'm going to close the practice now. There's no rush if you would like to stay. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Namaste.